He loves him. I don't know if you saw, but ESPN's reporting that Aiden OConnell has the slight edge in the quarterback competition, citing superstar wide receiver Davante Adams' love for Aiden OConnell. That is a quote, apparently, that Davante has said about Aiden. I'm going to read the article in a second here. Again, it's really hard to not come in here and say, I told you so. And it's one thing to be like, well, I you know, the draft came and went and we didn't draft anybody, so I think Aiden's the guy. It's another thing for somebody to have said Aiden's going to be the guy in January before the season is even over. Who said that? Who was that? Who said that? Whoa. I just hope that the more I continue to get right, the more you guys put your faith and trust in me, that I'm a level-headed person that sees it how it is. I would have loved to trade up for Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels or whoever, but the writing was on the wall that not only it would be really tough to trade up for a quarterback or to get one in free agency that wasn't Kirk Cousins, but Aiden played well enough to earn another year. And even when we signed Gardner Minshew and some big-time Raider YouTube personality said, well, that's all you need to know in terms of what the organization and the players think about Aiden OConnell's chances of starting. No chance at all. They gave Minshew $15 million. I guess Aiden's going to be a perennial backup. A couple months later, we're not feeling that way. So, if you ever doubt, what you're thinking about the Raiders, or if you're ever like, I'm not sure about what's going on, just come to the channel because I got the answers for you. I got them all here. And as I pulled the article up to read, and the title of the article is Davante Loves O'Connell. Second-year QB has slight edge over Gardner Minshew. As I pulled this up, I just want you to consider subscribing if you're new and have been watching me for a while and haven't yet hit that sub button. We're trying to hit 10,000 before the new league year, before week 1, 2024. AP versus Harbaugh, Herbert versus O'Connell. If we can hit 10,000 before the new league year, that would be unbelievable. My fate is in your hands. Also, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/ALLaBorde Raiders. Link is in the description below. You get, for $5, early access to videos, your name at the end of the credits, exclusive content. I could help you out with your YouTube channel in a different tier. Monthly Q&As for patrons only. Link is in the description below. It's kind of like a YouTube membership, but Patreon is better because they don't take away the percentages like YouTube. So if you have YouTube memberships, it's the same thing. Link in the description below. Here's the article. Davante Adams loves O'Connell amid real battle between him and Gardner Minshew. This is on Bleacher Report. Veteran quarterback Gardner Minshew was thought to be in the driver's seat for the starting position with the Las Vegas Raiders when he signed with the team this offseason. Interesting. A lot of people did think that, huh? Not everybody, though. But the second-year signal caller, Aiden OConnell, isn't giving up his spot so easily. And we said as much. We said he was a sixth-string walk-on at Purdue. He's had a bunch of different adversity trials to overcome. He came into the league as a fourth-rounder. Shouldn't have played like he did last year. He came in, took the reins, did as well as he could do, blah, blah, blah. He's got some grit. On Sunday's episode of SportsCenter, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported that it's actually Aiden OConnell who has a leg up in the Raiders quarterback competition, thanks in his part to his prior relationship with star receiver Davante Adams. Before I get into the quote, I just want you to think about this. Any reports coming out that Davante Adams loved Jimmy Garoppolo? No? And I quote, this is Jeremy Fowler, O'Connell and Minshew in the spring went tit for tat, went after it. O'Connell probably has a slight edge right now based on coming into year 2, being more vocal, Fowler said. I'm told he's acting like a starting quarterback and Davante loves him, which always helps certainly with brownie points. And this is back to the article. O'Connell played 11 games as a rookie and threw for 2,218 yards, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, while completing 61% of his passes. As a fourth-round rookie who should not have seen a single down with an interim play caller. Fowler added that Minshew is providing some real competition for the starting job as training camp approaches, and we expected that. Minshew's no slouch. He's had his own set of adversity to overcome, and I think that he's a good quarterback too, and we'll see what happens. This is a quote from Fowler. But Minshew has come in, shown some moxie. He's already got the offense. He's changing plays at the line of scrimmage, I'm told, Fowler said. He's been good off script as well. There you go. That's what we've been looking for Minshew. Minshew spent the 2023 season with the Indianapolis Colts and appeared in all 17 games while making 13 starts. That's hilarious. He played in every single game. He completed 62% of his passes, a career-high 3,300 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 9 picks. Fowler noted that it's likely that the Raiders will give both Minshew and O'Connell a fair chance at earning the starting role in 2024. And I quote, "It would not be surprising at all if both quarterbacks get a preseason game. This is so exciting," he said. Well, I said this is so exciting. He said, "Maybe they go O'Connell first game, Minshew the second game, depending on how the first couple of weeks of camp go, and they'll get a legitimate chance. But we have ourselves a real battle in Las Vegas." Okay. I cannot wait for the preseason. It is going to be a heavyweight title match between O'Connell and Minshew. I believe O'Connell will get the first game, Minshew will get the second game, and then because there's only 3, right? And then the third game is just nothing. They're probably going to both get a half. Hopefully nobody gets injured. Knock on wood if you're with me. Shout out to John Gruden. But here's the takeaway from that. Davante Adams is very clear about how he feels about the quarterbacks and what he says about the quarterbacks. He, compared Derek Carr to Aaron Rodgers, said Hall of Fame to Hall of Famer. Probably not the best thing to say in the moment, but he shows you when he likes a quarterback, he will explain why he likes them, or he will exclaim loudly that he does like them or love them. He wanted Jaden Daniels clearly, and now reports are coming out that he loves Aiden OConnell, which is very important. And let's get into the reason why I think he loves him so much. It's the work ethic. You can only be so talented. You can only maximize your ability so much. And I think Aiden, he's said as much in the press conferences. Him and his wife stayed in Vegas. He worked out every day with Davante and Trey Tucker and Jacoby and all these guys. And not to say that Gardner wouldn't have done that, but Aiden was there before Gardner was signed. So Aiden naturally has the upper hand. It's one thing to say Aiden has the upper hand just because he worked with these guys last year and he has a rapport and he has a relationship, right? It's another thing to say he has an upper hand because of all those things and because our best player of the last 3 years, absolutely loves the kid. He believes in the kid. And I think that's very important. And of course, that article said, "I feel a sneeze coming." Oh, excuse me, that was a graphic sneeze. Had to get rid of that. Edit. Anyway, where was I? And look, the article said Minshew has been able to extend plays outside the pocket. He's shown real moxie. He's learned the playbook, blah, blah, blah. It's like, look, those two, the first 2 things I said, those are important for sure. But to say that he's come in and learned the playbook, like that's one of his positives. Like I hope so. I hope he knows the playbook. I hope he's changing plays at the line of scrimmage because I know Aiden is probably the smartest player on our team. He knows exactly what to do, where to go with the football on Thursday. I'm sorry. Nothing like warm water. Aiden's smart. Aiden's tough. Aiden's got a work ethic. And this is like, guys, sometimes it's just easy. It's just not that difficult to figure out who's going to start or who we're going to draft. You just got to look at the big picture. The Brock Bowers thing, the reason why I was able to pinpoint that is because Davante is not going to be around forever. And if there's a once-in-a-generation type player that falls into our lap, that could be the focal point of the offense when he's gone, thanks to a run on quarterbacks and linemen, the likes of which we've never seen before. People are going to look back and go, how in the world did Brock Bowers fall that far? The same thing can be said about Aiden OConnell. It's very simple when you look at the big picture and take a step back. It was going to be hard for us to trade up. We were hoping maybe Penix fell to us. If that's not the case, Aiden played well enough. Last 4 games, 8 touchdowns, no picks, 62% completion percentage, won some games to get a shot. And if he doesn't work out, then we can go Minshew, or we can draft Shedeur Sanders or Drew Allar or Quinn Ewers next year. There are always avenues to prevent you from making catastrophic errors because you take big swings when you don't have to. And just imagine if we did take a big swing and Aiden ended up being the guy, but we traded for Caleb Williams and he stunk, so we had to go the Brock Purdy route because the 49ers made a big swing, traded up for Trey Lance. That absolutely blew up in their face, but they were so lucky to have Brock Purdy. We skipped a step. We didn't go up and trade for the big guy that everyone's saying he's got a cannon for an arm and he's raw and he's going to be a project like Jaden Daniels. We stuck back. We drafted Brock Bowers. We started stacking the offense and the defense around Aiden in case he isn't good enough to win games on his own. And now Aiden's starting to get the respect of the locker room of the coaches of Antonio Pierce and of Davante Adams. Two people who you have to work to earn their respect. And this is a huge moment in the offseason when there's not a lot to talk about. And I've seen people making videos about Bleacher Report articles talking negatively about Christian Wilkins as if that is newsworthy. This is the shit we need to be talking about. Davante Adams heaping praise on one of the quarterbacks specifically to an insider, not cordially in a press conference. When there's a heated quarterback battle going on, Davante went out of his way to say to somebody, I love this kid. This kid has my vote. He didn't say that, but he basically did. And I expect Aiden in the preseason, in training camp, to take the bull by the reins. I hope Gardner gets a chance to start, and I hope they're both good, and I hope it's a really tough decision. But if I had to put money on somebody, and right now I'm pretty sure Gardner Minshew has better odds, I would put money on Aiden O'Connell to win the starting job. You heard it here first. Back in January, go watch the video of me warning you, not in a bad way, just warning you in a warning you way, that this was going to be a possibility. If you want the truth, if you want the facts, if you want what's going to happen, hit that subscribe button, because this is where it's at. Talk to anybody in the comments who's been here for a while. They know I tell it like it is. They know I see the big picture. And I'm humble. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button. It does help. Comment away if you feel free to. Look at the description because the Discord is in there. That's completely free. You can just go in, hop in. We're talking all the time. I sent this article to a bunch of people. We were talking about it in the Discord. Hop in. That's for free. Patreon.com/ALLaBorde Raiders. Check that out. If you don't want to or don't have the means, that's okay. You're doing just enough by watching the video. Dropping likes, dropping comments. And please be sure to subscribe. It is free after all, no charge to you. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. I be like, sheesh, sunset on the beach. Make me wanna pull up on Miami with the heat.